Cindy Okamoto as Winnowill in a handsome costume of velvet and feathers. The source is ElfQuest by Richard and Wendy Feeney. There are no secrets in Blue Mountain, save those she chooses to keep. And no one may dream there except by her whim. She is the mistress of all curiosity, all fancy, and all pleasure. A5. Shane Young's in his version of Scouter, based on Leonard and Richard Peeney's ElfQuest character of the same name. Scouter is the son of One-Eye Clearbrook and is in love with Dewshine, cousin to the Wolf Riders' chief Cutter. A6. Beth Finkbeiner is the Moon from Masquerade by Kit Williams. In the story, the moon falls in love with the sun and sends a token of her affections to him by her messenger, the hare. There came the face of a pale and beautiful lady. The tresses of her hair reached out to make the constellations, and the dewy vapors of her gown fall soft upon the land. B1. Next is Jerry Stoddard. He is Stomper Smurfspade. Excessive cuteness froze in the past. Now, after a journey to Caledonia, where he found camouflage to help him trace his furry blue prey, he emerges as Road Warrior.
All right. I want to clear up bad press given to barbarians everywhere. You have to understand, where we come from is boring. You ever have to spend whole winter with nothing to read but backside of muskox? Nothing to listen to but the sound of wind breaking. Come up the stairs. We were starving for culture. We wanted just finer things in life. Art, literature, the theater. We didn't mean to sack Rome. We was only looking for pawns and stuff. I'm sorry if we broke something. B2.
Douglas Taylor, Mon-El, Legion of Superheroes. Possibly the mightiest Legionnaire, Largand of Daxam has all of Superboy's powers without his weaknesses to kryptonite. Lar was born on 20th century Daxam and later met Superboy, who mistook Lar for his older brother, hence the name Mon-El. B3. Catherine Malch as Jolanta Rajanera, member of the ousted royal family on the planet Carina. By Catherine, involving 6 months of actual work. The character is based upon a short story conception by Catherine Malch. B5. Marion Moat as a barbaric warrioress. She is in a hand-sewn costume and banded together with horns from...
Way to go, Frank.
No. Steer. Okay, right. From Steer. And with the leathers dyed and cut by her, the handsome accessory to complete her ensemble is perfect in spring campaigns for fighting off male barbarians. That's a Wilshire, by the way. B6. Roberta Nickel as a Majapahit peasant woman from the novel Lord Valentine's Castle in a festival dress. The dress is handmade and took 4 months to design and make. The necklace is also handcrafted by Sign of the Unicorn. C1. Rochelle Hatcher is an Apache god spirit. Her costume is a buckskin shirt, cowhide leggings, papier-mâché hemp beads with leather and feathers, rayon mask, armbands, nylon and feathers, wands, wood. Costume, handmade original design, your own interpretation based on research. They live deep in the caves of Arizona and New Mexico. They're considered guardians of the Apache people. White men call them devil dancers, but the Great Spirit created them to keep the people on the right track. C2. Who has conjured the answer to the age-old question, what do I do with all these assorted fabric scraps? Inspired by Chinese opera costumes. C3. And C3. Becky Basta Favanasa and Jenny Buell. Becky is the High Priestess Geras. Becky Mo, High Priestess Geras, Greek mythos, wearing a garment that is unfathomable on this planet. And Ginny Gould, Goddess Diana. Shortly.
I'm the High Priestess Raz. I'm looking for my goddess. Diana, come forth. I am the goddess Diana, the goddess of the hunt. And who knows, someday you may be my prey.
Ginny is from Greek mythos, Goddess Diana. And I'll read hers now, wearing a garment that is almost unfathomable on this planet and a +2 cloak of protection shrouding her. C4, Barbara Vasquez. Barbara Vasquez as Deirol Ellensoul in a costume made of leather, velvet, and plaster casting strips. The inspiration for the costume were her husband Bill's warped imagination and wild sexual fantasy. C5, Becky thank you, DeMartio. Becky DeMartio as Quia, wearing ceremonial robes of her planet. Green is the sea, which provides. Silver the moon, that controls the tide. Blue the sun, which brings life. C6, D1 and D2. We now pause for station identification. This is Norwescon 6, live and direct. She flies from heaven to enter the horizon of her ka upon the earth. She flies upon her body, and she settles upon her form, which is engraved upon the wall. Kurt Waller as Capri. Hail thou, Capri, the self-created. How beautiful is thy dawning in the horizon, when thou illuminest the two lands with thy beams. All the gods rejoice when they behold thee as king of all the sky. Kim Waller is Tiamat. In the beginning, the whole world was water. There was nothing but water, neither a reed nor a grain of sand. There was no bottom to that measureless ocean, and there was no sky, for the waters were everywhere. The sweet and salt waters were mixed together, and the salt waters belonged to Tiamat, mother of all. First, there was the terror of Alien. Then comes the disgusting horror of the Thing. Now comes a creature, more terrifying, more disgusting, more nauseating than anything you have ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, beware. It's Valley Girl from outer space. He went to Alpha Centauri from Earth in 2065. The costume is homemade.
I have been granted the right to speak by the church. And I, in my spare time, write poems, and I would like you to hear this one. The universe is a sight to see, with comets and nebulas in a black cold sea, and planets like islands circling the stars, like Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, and Mars. The galaxies like whirlpools swirling about, and asteroids moving without a sound. The stars shining like diamonds with brilliance and light, giving organic planets their day and night. The constellations reminding us of our past, until the stars finally at last supernova and then die away, because nothing will always stay. The way it is, it simply must change, for better or worse, normal or strange.
You know what Lazarus Long said? People who read their poetry in public probably have other bad habits as well. Impromptu category, I won. Ann Fox. And in answer to your question, she can't figure it out either. Burlap poster paint and funny grass. I'll let you figure out which is which. I too, Catherine Grabner. Giant, fierce, deadly, flightless, hypermoth. Sadly, she came down with the strange growths of conventions disease in her Norwescon 5. Since then, she's done two things. Itch and masquerade as a giant. Fierce, deadly, flightless, hypermoth. Which your mother resembles. It's obviously a hypermoth shedding season. I3, Mary Hafner Laney. Here's an item on the menu at Milloway's, the restaurant, the end of the universe. Is this the right card? Is sitting in the audience. I don't dare say anything. I4, Sharon McDonald and Sarah Winston. Aragorn from The Lord of the Rings. It says, what's this? The cowardly lion is chasing him? And now the science fiction category. S2. Pat Kesterson. Patella Durham, known as Patty. Patty Durham is a cadet of the Space Academy. She belongs to a race of people developed on Chalker's Well of Souls world, where people are a cross between the elephantine Palom and the Earth-type humans. She usually resides at the Space Academy, but has been living out of a trunk here on Earth with a gun. She'd like to have a drink of toast to Earth hospitality. To Earth.
North and Norwescon.
I can't say what I'm giving is a cheap shot. S1. Kevin Carbonin. Max the Road Warrior. Tell us all.
Now, a lot of people ask me what to feed their dog. There's no question about it. Dinky Dee. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for your dog. There's one more thing. I have seen the end of civilization. Man preying upon man. All I've got to say is, drive 55. It's a law we can live with.
Mad Max brought to you by Banquet Catering. S3. Lois Woodard as Lan of Hum, a lady with a rather chilling disposition. Designed and created by Viola Woodard. S4. Vicky Brumbaugh. Cordwaina.
That's not my real name. Huey Yoon. Haven't invented that.
Birdwoman of the planet Alcatraz.
Also, your name. You seem to find us inhospitable.
And her link, which translates for her with a symbiotic telepathic link. Cordwaina comes from a place where the evolution of birds and humans were the reverse of ours.
You've heard of Kentucky Fried Chicken, perhaps? We have something similar.
But I'm the colonel.
And the card.
S5. Sashi. The road warrior defender, protector of the refinery in the outback, repelling the gang members from the walls of the compound, armed with a bow, lawn darts, Molotov cocktails, her close fighting a Play-Doh made with a 5/8 to 5/8 to 3/4 box end wrench. S6. Pat Grady in a costume of his own design and folly as an orange Ludicron from the planet Ludicrous. His own desire to find a bright purple female Ludicron. This person doesn't have a number. What the heck? It's Warren, right, Warren? Warren. Warren Drummond is Dragon 512. His costume is a moto helmet, fur, leather, tights, moon boots, silver paints. The costume is totally homemade after a week of work. He is Dragon 512, a bounty hunter, and a clone, the 512th in line. He rarely misses and always gets his being, as did the 5'11" before him.
I'm number 512, and as you know, there were 5'11" before me. Saying this, I don't like to, I rarely do. But when I do occasionally bound to make a simple mistake. But I have yet to be exterminated. So, when 513 comes along, you'll know what happened to me.
You might say that he is the biological equivalent of Formula 409. He cleans everything in his path. T2, Dr. Kathy Delaney, Lieutenant Commander rank, currently Chief Veterinary Medical Officer, USS Enterprise on shore leave. This costume won Best Science Fiction Costume at Moscon 4 in September of '82. T4, Jason Brown, the Mad Poet. Stripped of his 7-color robe, found on college campuses everywhere. For those who remember last year's program cover, the Mad Poet will now recite his latest poem. I'm leaving.
Here, take this.
And every night, take flight to dreams where everything's not as it seems, and I walk in careful balance with my finger in my eye. I asked the prophet if he would tell me why. For the sun, the battle always raging as victor turns to vanquished and vanquished to deceased. And the phoenix from the ashes, the sun rising in the east, banishing the darkness, 2,000 years unleashed. And he travels down the highway, riding waves upon the storm, as the coral tears his ankles and flesh slowly turns to bone. They have tied him to the rock, for the fire in his eyes cast upon the darkening stone. And each day I travel further down a road they call the truth. Ask what prisoners made me, a prisoner in my youth. So chained the eagle tore my eye, and every truth becomes a lie. Must die, stranger I, to live must die. Meet the man-made man-machine. Meet the man-made mad machine. Meet the mad-made sad machine. No prophet claims to see the future. No man to see the past. Shadows dancing on the fast have imprisoned us in glass. Walk through shadows in their dreams. Nothing here is as it seems. USS and SSR, resident demon and brother czar. No one's vision, children dead. All the heroes in these hells locked away in padded cells. Cast music spells, and I sing. Exorcise fear from your dreams. It is we must rule machines. All of us are kings and queens. The curse to pass, the gift to bring, said the sage to turn the page, never work here for a wage. 5 to 1 to 7 veils, the wind is blowing in the sails. Wild child breaking free, the purple phoenix awakens me. Screeching monkeys throw red clay, I clear pool in the heat of the day. Remember Africa, the lizard king is amazing.
T5, Mark Vandewey as the captain and crew of the deep space tug Hogan's Goat. Along with Bruce Anderson and Joe and Bonifacio Plaza? Close enough. In uniforms of their own design, made from scrounged and surplus materials, they are here to check on their new property, Earth, which they've just won in a high-stakes poker game, to see if they will leave it on the natural path or blow it into the Vargar cookies.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Captain Obadiah Spittle, commander of the deep space salvage tug Hogan's Goat, here for a simple mission to get some business. Nothing too small or too large to haul, but it will be expensive. My crew, beginning with Vendar Lipnick, my communications operator, Sir Alvarez Montezori, my pilot and first officer, T.J. McCoy, better known as Torpedo Juice, my chief engineer, and Clifford Leeper, better known as Cliff Leeper, our ground liaison officer. To all of you ladies and gentlemen, we give you all a hearty INVR, that's Imperial Navy Voluntary Reserve. Salute. Gentlemen, hats up!
Captain, permission for shore leave.
Granted.
Porno, patrol, any old port in the storm, any old hole.
This performance rated PG. T6, Michael J. Kenmere. Ariel, Sector Commander, High Priest of Eldar Nation. Behold his work. May his name be praised forever. The work was created for the Eldar wedding in Norwescon last year. Dragon design created by Sherry Sledge. We have an old friend coming up next. You've won. Oni Granados is Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. The Sith. The costume is made of wood, plastic, metal, and lots of black cloth. This is the version seen in Star Wars before costume designers modified everything. It took 2 years on and off to build. Our next contestant is Susan Talbot, and now appearing on our stage, straight from her apocalyptic performance at Milloway's, the tantalizing, the titillating Temptasha. Outfit made from gloves, fabric, fiberglass, from cheapest area stores with the help of the insectology section of the University of Washington Library. Wow, what a tale. Here, wait a second. Thank you. You three. Deborah Abramovitz Woodbury, representing the third wave of pilots from Vonda and McIntyre's short story, Aztecs. She gave her heart quite willingly. After the operation, she was a starship pilot. A rotary pump replaced the fragile organ that could not stand the strain of transit. This is a found costume. The jacket is a hand-down, the boots a gift, and the scar from 6 days in Alta Bates Hospital. U4, Chris Nielsen as Osmodeus Mogar. Makeup designed and done by himself. Costume done for the book. Mogar, the drunken demon from Jack Chalkers and The Devil Will Drag You Under, is a megalomaniacal alcoholic. You know, there are some characters, I did about, I guess, 4 masquerades last year, and there are some characters who follow you around. You may not want them to, but they do anyway. You find is such a case. Nick Garrity as the Joker. Designed with polyester garbardine, his own design. It took about a month to design and put together. The Joker is Batman's oldest and most insane foe, and possibly mine as well. Because no one... Suit. He found something right.
Yes, anyone is wondering, I didn't care if I got him or anyone else of you.
You done your own joke, Joker. You can use my bath towel.
Officer of a starship. His uniform was made of polyester and various other materials by K&M Designs. K&M Designs, thank you. It says, hand me the microphone, Frank. Frank, this guy is my friend, and make sure he wins.
You can call me the Yank. That's what most of them do down here. I'm just here to show that even after America is gone, the dream and the search for the American dream goes on. By the way, anyone going my way? Take the subway.
There's no number. Hey, sir, it's V2. Bob Young's Dark Angel. His costume is made of various plastics, velvet sequins, and features a nickel-plated helmet. Costume is his own creation. He's formerly an agent of the Interstellar Peace Force. He was left for dead in space by enemies and rescued by aliens. He was given a cybernetic suit to survive and brings justice to the universe. Soon to appear in an amateur film locally. Isn't it great to know that former aluminum siding salesman can still find work? D3. Holy. Carolyn Savage is a piercing puppeteer. president of General Products who was looking for test pilots. A test pilot. It seems even Beowulf Schaefer wouldn't take this job. B4. Brian McNett, a tall, green, slitty-eyed immortal with an interesting hobby. He is a wow-bagger, the infinitely prolonged.
Hope that ain't poetry.
Yes, mate.
Right? Hello?
Yeah?
You are twit. You are a disgustingly dilapidated, moronic twit whose chemical a gelatinous cloud of protoplasmic phlegm.
Dressed as a simple assassin contracted by the Nazi Germans to kill Indiana Jones. Costume made of black polyester, knit, sword made of wood, belt of cotton.
Has anybody here seen Indiana Jones?
This copy of the costume was made of crushed velvet upholstery material, a shower curtain, and some polyester double knit and nylon net. Now for the awards. Calligraphy was done by Lynn Hess and Pat Mallinson, their company Scribes, Inc. Get it? Not my idea. They're beautiful, though, the work that they did. Our judges, once again, thank you for the spotlights there. Julian May, B. Joe Trimble, Betty Bigelow, and the invisible Richard Wright. Got a lot of awards. I'd like to ask when the contestants come up on the stage, that they stay on stage until we're all up here. They're all up here. I'm staying down here. All right. Third place in the best try category, Sarah Schaefer, B6. You may come up here anytime. Second place in the best try category, B3, Catherine Mulch. Yolanda Rijanera. First place in the best try category. This guy really likes me. B4, Brian McNett, first place. Somebody touch this guy to the camera. A special award here. This one, from Lucasfilms, gets a poster having to do with the entire Star Wars saga. It goes to a gentleman who is a mysterious assassin from Raiders of the Lost Ark, B5, Walter Willis. And you will get that poster if you want. The book category, the book character category is next. Coming up in second place, and in case you're wondering, we don't always have third places, first, second, and third places in all categories. No, we sometimes have the MC tripping over his own mic cord. Second place, book character category. Cindy Okamoto, A3. First place in the book character category. Someone who you all know and love from Larry Niven's works. Probably scared to come on stage or something. Special category. This one gets a special, I believe it's a Battlefield Earth, a copy of the book, as well as a poster, is that correct? Presented by Vito Trimble. It's the most heroic. This guy is real heroic. Saji, first place. Please stay on stage. All right, this is a fun category. This is impromptu. I like this category because it shows how much fools people can make out of themselves on short notice. Second place in the impromptu category goes to Catherine Grabner in the impromptu category for the Giant Fears Deadly Flightless Hypermob. She's been cured. She's no longer deadly feared, flightless. Yeah, I guess she still is flightless. First place in impromptu, I-3, Mary Hafner Laney. An item on the menu. Tip not included. Actually, the tip is don't touch her or she'll kill you. Children's category now. Second place in the children's category goes to the Moon Warrior, Misty Gottlieb. First place in the children's category doesn't go to one, but to two people from two different groups, I would suppose. Sharon McDonald and Sarah Whitson, first place. I should say two different literary experiences. They're in bed. Media character is next. Why is this not a surprise? Second place goes to the character we all love to hate, Darth Vader, Tony Granado. Telegram for Mr. Vader. see Nick Garrity as the Joker. But I guess you took that from the croquet? Well, guys, okay. Now we move on to the science fiction category. Second place in the science fiction category goes to Michael. Second place goes to Michael J. Kenmere. In the science fiction category, a first place costume I joked about, but that's damn good. Bob Young's B2. It's amazing what you can do with leftovers. That's why first place in the fantasy category is going to Julie Centerville. Two more categories to go. They are Judge's Choice and Best of Show. Some of the highest awards you can get. As all of these are, of course, with everybody being honored here. We have a second place award in the Judge's Choice category. They came from a long time ago in a land far from here, Egypt. Dan, Kim Waller. I'm sure you saw them. They had that big part in Raiders of the Lost Ark on the wall. Judge's Choice. First place. If you're blue, you're not going to like him.